The kind of men who would seize planes filled with innocent people and crash them into buildings would not hesitate to use biological or chemical or nuclear weapons. They wouldn't hesitate at all. They don't value life like we value life in America. They don't see every life as precious like we see every life as precious in America. We fight for the conditions that will make lasting peace possible. We fight for lawful change against chaotic violence, for human choice against coercion and cruelty, and for the dignity and goodness of every life. We do know that terror is murder in the name of a totalitarian ideology that hates freedom, rejects tolerance, and despises all dissent. Under their rule, they have banned books and desecrated historical monuments and brutalized women. They seek to end dissent in every form and to control every aspect of life and to rule the soul itself. We do love life, the life given to us and to all. We believe in the values that uphold the dignity of life, tolerance, and freedom, and the right of conscience. They're driven by a radical and perverted vision of Islam that rejects tolerance, crushes all dissent, and justifies the murder of innocent men, women, and children in the pursuit of political power. This is the calling of the United States of America, the most free nation in the world, a nation built on fundamental values that rejects hate, rejects violence, rejects murderers, rejects evil. And so America has committed its influence in the world to advancing freedom and liberty and democracy as the great alternatives to repression and radicalism. The aim of the terrorists is to remake the Middle East in their own grim image of tyranny and oppression. The terrorists who attacked us on September the 11th, 2001 are men without conscience, but they're not madmen. They recognize no barrier of morality. They want to gain control of weapons of mass destruction. They have no conscience. They are the enemies. The terrorists cannot be reasoned with. It is foolish to think that you can negotiate with them. No concession will appease their hatred. No accommodation will satisfy their endless demands. Because the terrorists are ruthless and resourceful. And we know they're preparing to attack us again. Because we stand for democracy and peace and stand in the way of their ambitions. There can be no separate peace with the terrorist enemy. And we will do so in the name of peace, and we'll do so for the security of the American people. The global threat of terrorism requires a global response. To be effective, that global response requires leadership, and America will lead. We're engaged in a new war, a war that will require a new way of thinking. Our war is not against a religion. Our war is against evil. We're a nation at war. And America and our allies are fighting this war with relentless determination across the world. Today we are fighting a global war on terror. The war on terror is not a figure of speech. It is an inescapable calling of our generation. The war on terror is not just a policy, it's a pledge. This is also our fight to defend freedom. The war on terror is our fight. Our action today is another step in the war on terrorism. It's not the final step. It's not easy, but it's an essential part on the war against terror. And the course of the war on terror is very clear. Defeating these terrorists is an essential commitment on the war on terror. We are waging a broad and unrelenting war against terror. We are in a war against terror. In the war against terror. In the war on terror. And our war on terror. Of winning the war against terror. In our war on terror. in the war on terror. We will not tire or rest until the war on terror is won. Victory will come over time. We will never back down, never give in, and never accept anything less than complete victory. And we'll succeed. We will keep our nerve, and we will win that victory. And we'll accept nothing less than complete victory. We do know the love of freedom is the mightiest force of history. And we do know the cause of freedom will once again prevail. May God bless you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Please be seated. Thank you all very much.